Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if this reading resonates with you. And please go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that will give you a much more dynamic picture of what is going on this week. And also, I've been getting a lot of questions about private, personal readings. All of the information is down in the description box. If you would like a personal or private reading, just check out the description box and all the info is down in there, all right? So, Taurus, let's get into it and see what you need to know for this coming week. What is the message? What is the energy? What is the situation for Taurus? We've got 3 of discs. Okay, let's get into it with our Dove and Serpent spread. And let's also do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to leave that right there. We're not going to reveal that until the very end, so stick around. And we're just going to see how that might tie the whole reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for, okay? So just taking a quick glance around here, I see quite a bit of water, a lot of water actually, and a little bit of fire, right? Mostly water, mostly fire. So we're going to see what this might be indicating. First of all, there's a situation now that is requiring your all. It's requiring 110% of your efforts right now, right? You need to give it everything that you have mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. We're going to find out what this situation might be. I kind of think that, at first I was thinking, well, it must be a work situation, right? Because we have a couple of earth cards. We got the Princess, and then we have this 3 of discs. So I was thinking, well, maybe it's a financial thing. It's something at work where you really got to give it your go, right? Give it the old college try. I think this might be something different. I think this might be an emotional situation. This could be related to a relationship that you're in right now, a romantic situation. I think it really is calling for, like I said, 110% of your effort. You really have to give it your all if you want this thing to work. You have to give it your mental attention, your physical attention, your emotional commitment and attention. Kind of your spiritual focus really needs to be in on this if you want this to work. I think it's a struggle. I think we've got this 5 of Wands that it says it's difficult right now. For some reason, there's just some kind of a blockage, or maybe not a blockage, but a conflict. There's just some friction going on. There's some kind of a disharmony or an inability to really connect with your person this week. But I think that this week you're going to be working through that, okay? It could be that you've kind of had this feeling for a while, that there's just something stuck. There's just something that's not flowing the way water should flow, right? There's something kind of damming up that water. I think it's going to take really a lot of effort for you to get through that. I think you're going to have to do some fighting, both literally, like in terms of like just hashing it out with your person and having that argument, but also really battling these feelings of maybe just kind of inertia, these feelings of, maybe just wanting to kind of rest. It's just almost like if you're hiking or you're in really cold weather, that you don't want to stop, because once you stop and rest, you're never going to get going again. I think that's what they would tell people who are trying to climb Everest, right? They say once you're going up that mountain, you don't want to stop and sit down, because if you do, you're never getting back up again. And that is the feeling I'm getting with this 4 of Cups. Not literally, okay. But with the 4 of Cups, I'm really thinking that if you just kind of give up now, if you just kind of stop fighting, if you pull back, if you don't give it that 110%, you don't give it that college try, and you're not really willing to fight and do that difficult work, right? If you're just maybe going to give 50%, 60, 75%, it's not going to be enough. And I think that it's never going to start moving again. It's never going to take off again. Okay. So the 4 of Cups here is telling me that, look, there's this desire, this tiredness, kind of emotional exhaustion, where you just want to relax. You just want to have like just peace and quiet in your heart, in your mind, and probably in your house too. You just want things to be settled. You're kind of at the point where it's just like, I just want to rest. I'm just tired. I'm done. But if you really want this thing to function, to come together, to harmonize, to spiritualize, to become this Ace of Cups that's in the immediate future, and this is you know, if this is just kind of, I don't really care anymore, I just want peace, I just want quiet, it doesn't matter what happens, I just want to rest, let me just sit down for a moment. This is kind of the exact opposite of that. This is like you're up dancing, you've never felt so good, things have never been as strong or as connected or as satisfying, as fulfilling as they could be with this Ace of Cups. This is really a renewal of all of that wonderful water energy, that spiritual connection, that physical love connection, that harmony and satisfaction, and that real bond on that deep, deep, like soul, deep heart level, okay? So this is the potential. This is really what could be happening this week. But it's going to take you, one, not sitting down and saying, I just need to rest, I just got to sit down for a minute. No, this is you really just putting everything you have on the table, putting every ounce of effort that you have into fixing this situation, doing what needs to be done, and fighting for your person, right? Fight for that relationship, because it could really lead to this Ace of Cups here. A couple other cards that we need to get to on the path of the dove. I'm kind of debating which one to get to first. I think we're going to go with the bad news first. The bad news is you're a person that does kind of give up. With this Hanged Man here as the kind of underlying tendency, I think when things start going badly like this, it's easy for you to fall into this kind of self-pity mode a little bit. Please don't take offense, because there's so much great energy here. And honestly, I think we all have a little bit of this tendency, this Hanged Man tendency in us. And this is that when things get bad, we really do just want to kind of hang up the towel, throw in the towel. That's what the metaphor I'm looking for. We want to just throw in the towel, just give up, just rest, and just kind of just be in our miserable state for a while. You know, that's kind of it happens. We're human, but this is that tendency in you, and I think that this card is here because this is an important factor in what is going on with your situation, with your romantic situation, with your person or your potential person, I guess, this week. Okay, and that goes really hand in hand with, look, I just want to sit down, I just want to rest just for a minute, I'm tired, I just need a little bit of peace. And so this is your kind of, your tendency, or that will in you to just kind of quit and give up, because it's easier to just say, I'm done, I don't care, I don't want to fight anymore. Okay, so that's the tendency in you. But again, keep your eye on this ace. I need to get a little card stand here so I can just kind of put this somewhere, that we can focus on that throughout the reading, because that really, I think, is the end game, the goal. That is the real focus, I think, is that Ace of Cups. Now, we also have a Princess of Discs up here. And this is the dominating force, I think, in your life, in the situation right now. And this is one of primarily physical abundance, domestic, like bliss and satisfaction and harmony, and also a lot of responsibility in that area. The physical area. So domestic life, like running the household, just making sure that your home is taken care of. And also like your financial and work responsibilities, making sure that you're putting enough focus in your career and on your health, your physical well-being, I think. So this is a lot of responsibility. I think that you have a lot of this responsibility, okay? And I think this is a major factor in your situation this week. And I think the meaning of that is kind of like, you know, you have to put all of this effort into your relationship, right? 110%, but you also have to have some sort of percentage left to take care of your daily responsibilities. So this is kind of like this dark cloud that's on the situation right now, that, you know, if you had nothing else in the world to do, well, sure, you can give every ounce of your effort to this relationship or this potential relationship. But you have other things to do too, right? You've got a lot of other things that you have to take care of in life. So that kind of is part of our problem here. Now we're going to move over to the path of the serpent, and the first card is this water card, this Prince of Cups. This is representing you and your, you know, just kind of where your head is at, where your mind is at right now. And I think this is a person in this situation who is kind of masking their true feelings. I think that you have some really, really deep feelings about this matter, either maybe a kind of resentment or just some really, really intense emotions, and you're trying to just put on like a brave face. You're trying to put on like a friendly smile, when really you're affected very, very deeply by this situation. Those cards need to be switched. So this is kind of our persona, kind of this mask that we wear that just says, hey, look, you're just, you got it together on the outside and you're doing things, and this, you're not so bothered by any of this, but really deep down, you're really feeling it. Okay. And I think that it's good to kind of conceal that a little bit, to have that mask. We all have a persona, and that's what we kind of present to the rest of the world. But I think that you need to be honest with yourself about how you really feel, and if this situation is indeed worth that 110% effort and that fighting to get to that Ace of Cups, right? Because it could be, it could be an Ace of Cups situation. Yeah, it doesn't mean you want it, right? It doesn't mean it's worth the effort. So that's something to think about, right? I mean, just because these cards are here and we're seeing these cups, we're seeing this potential future, doesn't mean that's what you want. However, I kind of think, I have my own opinions, and I'll get to these. The next card here is this Lover's card. And this is kind of primarily what's telling me that this situation is involving you and either your current love interest or like a future love interest, a potential relationship that you're either looking at or you're trying to get it started, or it's your current person. Whichever state you're currently in that relationship, I think that person, if you know who I'm talking about, that person is the one for you. That person, I think, is worth all of the effort, all of the fighting, that 110%, 200% effort. Because this Lover's card is really showing that this is the perfect union for your future, for your happiness, for your ultimate fulfillment. And now we're going to go straight to the projected future, this 10 of Cups. This is that ultimate satisfaction, fulfillment. Every cup is running over. This is a fulfillment on the emotional, spiritual, physical level. Every aspect of your being is going to be just glowing and fulfilled and overflowing with satisfaction and love and pleasure and all of those good things. But it's going to take that effort. We have here the Princess of Wands showing that, look, it's going to be kind of scary to have to go through this and really, really fight for this relationship and put so much effort into it, right? And so it's something that there is going to be a little bit of a reluctance or hesitancy to do, because it seems like it's going to be kind of fiery, kind of not painful, but just very excited, a lot of energy in this situation, right? Because again, we started with some fire here, and we're kind of ending with a little bit of fire here. So I think it's going to take, for this situation to go, if you want this Ace of Cups leading to this 10 of Cups, this ultimate fulfillment, you're going to have to really do the work and do the kind of heavy lifting and go through that fire, right? But I think it's worth it. I think with this 10 of Cups, I think the effort, this fighting, this battle, this challenge that you're up against is worth it. And I think that you'll find, towards the end of the week, if you really do give it all of your effort, by the end of the week, you're really going to see the potential here. And I think it's going to be just amazing. Now, Taurus, we're going to get to this confirmation or bonus card. This is some more fire. This is the Emperor. This is you really taking command of this fiery energy and being the boss. Really lead this relationship, right? Don't be passive. Don't just be kind of, wherever the wind may take us is fine. No, you really have to set your intention. You have to understand what you want. You have to really be honest about how you feel. And if you do want this, and if you decide to put in that 110% effort, you have to really own that and be the boss, be in control, lead this relationship where you want it to go, right? Because the other person may be also kind of like, hey, whatever happens, happens. It's all good. If both of you are like that, nothing is really going to happen. It's just, you're going to just be, the waves are just going to take you wherever they will. So you have to really be in control, and you have to harness this fiery energy that we were talking about here. And you really have to own it and be in charge and be that leader. Direct this relationship where you want it to go, right? Using your Emperor energy, using that fiery energy. So Taurus, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. We're going to go over this a little bit more in the extended version, which you can watch if you become a member of this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you.